Hello, and welcome back to Might and Magic 3, Isles of Terra. So, after much trial and error off camera, I figured out the solution to Greywind Dungeon. It took me like an hour of going back and forth. Waking up those Hydras was, complicated life. Lots of killed Hydras. Kind of a pity that a lot of it was off screen and I didn't end up saving, because I actually got some cool items out of the deal, but c'est la vie. Anyhow, I still did get some cool items. I did unload gear here before coming back in, but Katrina got an Exacto ring, so her accuracy is now up to 145, which is kind of ridiculous. I swapped out Septimus's Cold Dragon Spear. It was plus 38 might, and if we look here, it bumps his might down to 113 now that he doesn't have it. But the Cold Dragon, so from 151, so it's 32 at 151, a bonus of 32. And the Longsword, he goes actually down to plus 24. Maybe I do want to keep the Dragon Spear. It's significantly more fire damage. Like I believe this is plus 80, whereas this is plus 160, if I remember correctly. So the reality of it is the Blazing Longsword is just going to do better. Septimus also got an Obsidian Buckler and a Toxic Obsidian Ring, which gets his AC up to 143, which is nice. And other than that, still got some guys with some cruddy gauntlets for Renar and Katrina, but is life, I guess. No big changes for Helmuth. Alandra retired her magical flail and got this Thermal Divine Cudgel, which does additional energy damage. The magic sling is plus 10 magic, whereas the thermal is plus 15 energy. And again, of course, Ludmeister increases those to ludicrous amounts. And then the Divine also gives her a 16-point AC bump, which bumps her up to AC 150, which is pretty awesome to have on your healer. And for Gandora, she just got a Sapphire Scarab. Again, just bumped her AC up some more. So yeah, there's gear. Now, as for solving all of this nonsense, I am going to have to fight through the... Oh, and get light up. I am going to have to fight through all of these critters again, including the Hydras. But I might actually try to bypass at least some of them. Now, what I figured out the problem is you actually need to flip a bunch of the sands again. Also, I discovered that mass distortion on these Hydras is friggin' fantastic. It doesn't always do a ton of damage, but when it does, it really does. So, and for the spell point cost, it's a heck of a deal. So yeah, like that just knocked off over 1,000 hit points on that Hydra. And at this point, I'm comfortable just killing it. Got some boots. Now, the Hydras drop awesome gear. Yeah, like Obsidian Boots of Starbursts. Well, we will... out of my front line here, who has the worst AC? Renar, I guess. He's got Sapphire Greaves, which aren't too bad, but still. So we'll send his Sapphire Greaves to Katrina, give them to her, and then give the Obsidian Boots to Renar, and now he's... That actually lowered his AC. Bumped hers up considerably. Okay, whatever. I'll play with it later. But yeah, so after you've rung the gong, and played around with, gotten the last of the sand things to proc, what you need to do is go through and then do the whole thing all over again. Flipping. So it's at the top of the sentry glass. You want all of them, but the one in the upper left-hand corner to be at the bottom. So you need to flip them all so that the sand is at the top. Ring the gong, then go back around and flip them all back upside down. So we will do that and head off up to the north, fighting more hydras along the way. Probably going to have to go and get more spell points along the way here. And my Ludmeister just crashed, so... but not a big deal, I know where I need to go here. And kill the Death Snake. Found some boots for Septimus. Emerald boots, that's actually a pretty decent upgrade for somebody. Okay, so don't need to strike the gong. So we do want this at the bottom. No, we want this at the top, I think. Oh gosh. I do also have a trick to avoid having to refight the hydras that I figured out, but basically it involves just Lloyd's beaconing everywhere, because the respawn square is right near the entrance. Radiating Lucky Buckler. How are we on hit points, especially now that I don't have Ludmeister anymore? Renar, you're getting to be in rough shape, so let's do some Nature's Cures on you. As a matter of fact, with 300, yeah, we're going to drop a Lloyd's Beacon here. Set it. And then we will, just to save the time, since it only takes 1 minute to cast a spell in here, we're going to Cure Poison on everybody. And then we will Lloyd's Beacon out. Actually, let's check and make sure. We'll just set that again. It's not like... And then we'll head back to the well. And I'm probably going to pause and cut this out. Okay, so we're back and healed up. Go kill ourselves some more hydras. And we'll hit you with a real quick implosion. Gotcha. But yeah, definitely getting some cool stuff. Radiating Lucky Buckler. If I had somebody who could make use of luck, I would use that. Okay, so top of the hourglass, turn it upside down. Yes. And fight our way through this Hydra. I think that might be the last of them. Okay, hang at the top, turn it upside down. Yes, we will. Now, so I should have flipped all of the things. No, we're not going to play with that. Thank you very much. We'll go ring the gong again. And now, so that just in case, I'm going to set his Lloyd's Beacon, and I have Renar's Lloyd's Beacon cast back out here in Castle Greywind. Got a dino to kill. Not even going to bother jumping because... Oh, I don't actually have protection from fire up. Guess if I'm going to be playing around in... There we go. Protection from fire is up. Kill some screamers. Okay, now fingers crossed. Now I do have the Lloyd's Beacon set down in the basement if I need to, and if anything, it's just that last hourglass that I should need to muck about with. But let's see here. A broken throne sits among the pile of rubble. Approach the throne. Okay, so I did screw it up. So actually what I'm going to do then is we're going to set the Lloyd's Beacon right here, and we are just going to return to Greywind Dungeon. Top of the hourglass, we want that at the bottom. Bang the gong again. So again, if we pull up the map here, that hourglass, so this hourglass, and this hourglass all need to have the sand at the bottom. Now, when you first come in, the sand in those three hourglasses is at the bottom. So you flip them so it's at the top. Then you ring the gong. That makes this one appear. Then you turn around, you flip that so that the sand goes from the bottom to the top. Then go back around and flip each of these one more time so that the sand goes from the top to the bottom. Hopefully that was clear. And after you've done that, you bang the gong again, and now, with any luck, we pop back out here, approach the throne.
Ah, at last, my spirit may leave these cold stone walls. Hear my final words. Half of what you need to be released into your ultimate destiny is 6, 4, 5.
So that is the code, half of the code that you need to beat the game. Now, to be fair, you don't actually have to solve this. You can get the clue in the pyramid itself. Like, in the pyramids, you can find that code. I suspect probably because Greywind and Blackwind's dungeons are both such a pain in the butt that a lot of people were, shall we say, salty with... I would assume the playtesters probably threatened to riot, and so they ended up giving you an out. But yeah, so we have successfully released Greywind the Illusionist. The ghost of Greywind slowly dissipates until it is gone. And that's it, and then the throne disappears, and Greywind is at peace. Huzzah! And with that, we are done in Greywind. Yeah, so that was fun. Let's book it out of here. Exit this dangerous place. Sure. Let's exit this dangerous place. So next thing I'm going to do is we are going to tackle Blackwind Dungeon. And full disclosure, I am using a guide for Blackwind because it is a whole bunch of nonsense. And actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave a link to the guide that I've been using. I think it is a pretty reasonable one. It'll make sense when I show it to you, but or when I post it, but it's nicely laid out, and for the most part... Oh, I need to cast Walk on Water. That's the problem. Let's Walk on Water. Okay, so we got sorcerers. And in your case... Oh, I should have done protection from... Okay, let's get protection from cold up. Cold. And Yeah, we'll just implode you. Thank you. And just fiery flail, see if that does it. It does. Fiery flail again. Fiery flail. Oh, that was walk on water. Oops. Gandora's actually really low on spell points. I'm probably gonna have to go and... Okay. Oh god, go away. Okay, Ruins of a Once Proud Castle. Let's head in. Blackwind the Spellbinder again. I am Blackwind the Spellbinder. My spirit has been trapped in these ruined walls, and only a member of the living can free me. Enter my keep and seek the release of my tormented soul. And we got piranhas again, and piranhas are a joke. Okay, so I'm going to put a real quick cut. Actually, no, she does still have plenty of spell points. I can at least get to the dungeon itself here. Now, trying to remember where to find all the clues for Blackwind. Keeping in mind there are those super annoying, and as a matter of fact, with that in mind, there are those super annoying arena portals kicking around here. Okay. So, let's find the clues. Oh, Dino! Hello, Dino. At the very least, I'm going to get us into Blackwind Dungeon, and then maybe what I'll do is end this episode there, kind of regardless of what point it's at, and show you guys the link to the guide and stuff that I'm using at the beginning of the next episode. So, sparkling water flows in the fountain of Anathema, mermaid wife of Blackwind. Toss a coin? Yes. At 5 past 6 and 5 past 4, the watchword is near. Think often and may be discovered. Okay, so again, this is fun and games with it's just like Castle Dragontooth, where it is talking about a clock. So 5 past 6. And kind of your instinct is to think it like, okay, 5 minutes after 6. But they actually mean 5 hours after 6. So 5 past 6 is 11, and 5 past 4 is 9. The watchword is near. Think often and may be discovered. This is very punny. By forgetting to put a space in here, think of 10 and may be discovered. Ha 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 ha. Think of 10. Womp womp. Okay, so if it wasn't obvious, the watchword is 10. Now, if we go, there is another. Now we're just going to jump over these because I don't want to deal with the poison. Turn all the sentry glasses down and ring the gong. So that's the clue to figure out Blackwind, or Greywind rather. And if I remember correctly, I think Blackwind might have a clue for, or Greywind rather, might have a clue for Blackwind. There's that throne. We got another dino. It's kind of funny how the dinos are just no longer a threat. So, sparkling water again. 9 letters line the wall behind the ladder. The 10th letter would be the first in the watchword. Okay. Now, where's the ladder? I can never remember. Down here? No. Oh, seek the 3 statues below. Yeah, basically, it's a very straightforward dungeon in some ways. All you have to do is find the 3 statues, but it's a whole bunch of teleport nonsense. And I just... in the dungeon below, many a mile can be walked without gaining a step. Yeah, they are not lying. And here's the dungeon. Okay, so... we're only at 20 minutes, so maybe I will. I am going to go and... yeah, let's at the very least heal up. Oh. Let's do a Nature's Cure. Okay, and it's 4:51 in the afternoon, so I still have plenty of time. And yeah, let's do this. So, OTTFFSSEN. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ta-da, we did it. Okay, I'm going to put a quick pause in here because I need to pull up this guide. Be back in just 2 seconds. Okay, back. So here's the guide that I like to use. I'll put a link to it down in the description. And the reason I like it is because it doesn't give you a ton of information, but it gives you enough information. And I love the way it's organized. So it's organized according to the world map. You've got A1, A2, A3, A4. And if you click on any one of these, it brings you to the map for that sector. And then you can also directly link to any of the sort of places of interest. So Fountainhead, Temple of Mu. There and there. Gives you the map of Fountainhead with all the places of interest there. Gives you the Fountainhead Caverns. Just the way that it's organized is very, very logical. And so in my case, because we are currently in Castle Blackwind, we'll go down there. And yeah, this is why I'm using a guide. Because otherwise, we're going to be sitting here for hours as I bumble into all of these number 2s that are teleporters, that teleport you either to there or to there. And basically, your objectives are there, there, and there. Those are the statues that you need to get to. So, the only way... I mean, to try and actually do this blind or based on my fuzzy, like 20-year-old memories would be next to impossible. So using the guide and not feeling any shame for it. You may judge me if you want. It will not hurt my feelings. So just give me a moment here. Let me pull up the castle because I resized the monitor or the screen and it made me lose where I was at. And yeah, let's start exploring. So just to show you, oh, and also for added fun, you can't actually save down here because reasons. The other thing I'm going to do though too is before I go anywhere else, I'm going to cast a Lloyd's Beacon down here. Oh, and you can't Lloyd's Beacon either, of course. Okay, so anyhow, I do know that right here, where I'm facing, is a teleport trap. So we're just going to step on that, and see, it teleports us to God knows where. And then teleports us right back to the beginning. So, and this'll, here, let me show you on the auto map here. So if I step there, it teleports me down to here. And then as soon as I like move or turn or anything, it teleports me right back there. Can you see how this might start to get frustrating? And every single teleporter does that. So, yeah, I don't feel bad about using a guide for this, and I may well still misstep, but I'm going to try to be pretty darn careful. It does send you around to each of these, though, which is kind of cool. Anyhow, it teleports you around, makes a big old mess of everything. And I need to stop distracting myself, because otherwise I will totally step on the wrong square. And I apologize for being quiet here, but them's the breaks. So if we look on my map here now, you can see I've done this like crazy snaky zigzaggy pattern. Most of those spots that I haven't stepped have teleporters on them. Turn, forward, forward, forward. And we have ourselves a statue. The statue of Bloodmane, the warlord's pet and hunting beast. Read the inscription. Yes. And we will have... one of these eradicates you, but I don't remember which. And I'm kind of deliberately not looking at the minimap for that. A tribute of blood is required to exalt the castle's warlord. Will you sacrifice a party member? Not at the moment, actually. What I'm going to do is we are going to... advantage of having Buddy here. We are going to do resurrect. No, not resurrect. We are going to do... oh gosh, where is it? Why am I blind? Stone to flesh? There it is. And you're dead, but that's okay. We can solve that problem. Where's Ray's dead? One of those spells I never cast, so... Ray's dead. Hey, Ellen, you're back! Oops. Not for long. So yeah, now he's been eradicated. No big deal. Maybe now he won't leech XP. Okay, so from here, I want to retrace my steps. A little easier to do that. Okay. Keep retracing. Now we're off into unexplored territory here. Hopefully... Okay, so far so good. And I believe only the one statue actually eradicates a party member, so... Okay. Oh. Oops. Actually, if I'm here, can I... Oh, I can. Okay, cool. I was able to sidestep and avoid the teleporter. Nice. So basically all that happened here is it teleported me, but it landed me right down there. So I was able to teleport... I was able to sidestep off of that teleporter without activating it, which gets me close to another statue. The statue of Hamon Othrut, warlord of the castle Blackwind and its domain. Now, I'm pretty sure that first statue was the only one that eradicated somebody, but worst comes to worst, I can bring them back at this point. So, surrender unto Hamon Othrut his due. 100,000 gold shall win his favor. Sure, we'll pay you 100,000 gold. So now we've visited 2 statues. Now let's try going back this way. I don't know if I can. Okay, you know what? I think I actually need to basically teleport all the way back to the beginning. So we've teleported back to the beginning. I'm gonna go back along this way. And I don't even think the jump spell works down here. And even if it did, like, all of the teleporters are invisible. So, yeah. Okay. Aha, I did it. As long as there aren't any other frickin' teleporter traps. The statue of Tempest Storm, Mount of Hamon Othriet. Read the inscription. Yes. Well, worst comes to worst, I can bring you back. Place 1,000 gems at the hooves of this great steed to honor her master. Place the gems? Sure. So we spend 100,000 gold, or 10,000 gold, or whatever it was, and some gems, and we zap a hireling. And then we can teleport ourselves back up to the exit. Ladder up to Castle Blackwind. We will leave. I mean, at least there's no enemies down there. Could you imagine? Oh, good God. But with Ludmeister, if that was constantly respawning, and you were trying to deal with, go away. With, the teleporters? Like, if there were... Could you imagine the Hydras of Greywind combined with the teleporters of Blackwind and Ludmeister? That would be a nightmare. Okay, let's jump. Kill a Mystic Cloud. Fight some piranhas. She teaches you all the spells. We don't want to do that. So let's see what Blackwind has to say. Blackwind the Spellbinder. Finally, I am freed from my captivity. I will offer this as a reward for your assistance. 231 is half of what is required to fulfill your destiny. So yeah, the 231 and if I remember correctly, 465 are the two code word combinations. I really should have written that down, but either way, we now have figured out the combination that will let us beat the game. Now, farewell forever. The ghost of Blackwind slowly dissipates until it is gone. And that's that. Huzzah! So, yeah, definitely coming up on the end game, which is kind of cool. And if we look at what all is left, pulling up the map here, sorry. At this point, it really is just the Maze from Hell, which if you saw the bonus episode, didn't go well for me. So would have to train for that. The Dragon Caverns, which I know I would have to train for. Like, if Maze from Hell was kicking my butt, a Dragon Cavern would definitely just wreck my face. So I'm thinking what I might try to do in the next episode is take a quick pop back into the forward storage sector here and just see if I can fight those death agents now and get a little bit deeper into the pyramids themselves before I go and I see if training another 5 levels gives me enough to tackle the Maze from Hell. And so, yeah. Just wanted to say, too, I'm really, I know there's not a huge number of people kind of following along with this, but really appreciate those of you that are. Once again, big shout out to Zeb for commenting on pretty much every single video. I really do appreciate it. Especially working as a teacher, it is difficult for me to find time to do these sorts of things. And I enjoy it, but the reality of it is it is sometimes a struggle to find the time to to record and to edit and all that sort of stuff. And good news for me, bad news potentially for the channel. I'm going to be having another addition to the family in March here. So the chances are that once that happens and there's a new tiny human to, keep alive. Also just noticed very strange little graphical artifact there. Don't know what caused that. But yeah, anyhow, once there is a new human to try and keep alive, I'm probably just, recording is just not going to be a thing that can happen for a while, at least. But I'll be happy to see this through to the end, and then hopefully once summer vacation hits, I will be able to scrape together some time to maybe take a crack at Xeen or something like that. We shall see. But yeah, until next time, cheers.